Hello everyone. Welcome to a Toonkind, most likely spooky one shot. My name is Lizzie also known as Liz, and today I'll be joined with, starting from the top of the Discord chat down.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I'm Grizz, and today I'll be playing Nessa Rain. She is the daughter of Herbrand, who you might all know as the lovable giant alchemist, but he's not the one I'm playing. It's his daughter.
Uh, hi. I am Teru, and what did I say? And I am playing Poko, just a very lovable little call duck. She's cute. She is round, and she is here to make friends.
Aww. And I think that means it's my go. Hi everyone, I'm Vwild, and I'll be playing Lynn, but not. I hope you guys will like her, and sorry if I duff things up today. I'm new.
You're going to do great.
You're gonna do great.
We're gonna do good. Oh, I'm excited and also nervous. And also, I'm gonna be playing Dish, a little robot who works at this mysterious hotel, because this game that we're gonna be playing is a GM-less game. Because I am not a dungeon master, I am just a helpless player too. If everybody wants, yeah, post your characters while people are here so they can see them. They're all super adorable and cute. We have a girls' night out. We are going to be playing a game called You Can Check Out Anytime by Mon S. You can find this game on itch.io. I will be posting the link in the video description and after this game is done because it is super neat. It's based off of another game called Firebrands, where you play a bunch of prompt-based mini games, and you go around. You don't roll many dice, and you just see your characters interact. In this game, we're going to be in a hotel named the Hotel California. I'm pretty sure it's probably changed its names a few times.
Such a lovely place.
Such a lovely place with many people with lovely faces. There's no real strong intro for this game. Does anybody have an idea of a mini game they would like to play? If not, I think I have one that we could all play.
All right, let's do that.
Hey,
Okay.
do it.
If everybody in the chat can go down and check out Hit Me With Your Best Shot or A Conversation Over Billiards, and give those rules a little skim while I give a bit more information about this hotel. The hotel is proud to say that it's divorced from space and time, and excuse me, loud car driving past. It hosts a bunch of guests from various time periods and alternate dimensions. Manifesting where you desperately when you desperately need it to host your weary head and make sure you have a good time. There are a bunch of facilities, including a outdoor courtyard and pool, an indoor gym, a day spa, a ballroom for conferences, an arcade and billiards room, several restaurants, the boiler room, the room with blood-covered walls, the library, a parlor and billiards room, an in-house drugstore, the famous McKitty's murder room, an indoor croquet court, a presidential suite, a sports bar and billiards room, vending machines and ice machines. A billiards game usually takes place in one of the three billiards rooms. So, would you like this game to take place in the arcade one, the parlor one, or the sports bar one? What's everybody thinking? This hotel has everything.
It does. It sure seems like it.
I'm gonna dig in the sound of the parlor room. What do you guys think?
I'm liking the idea of that.
I'd like that.
um,
Aww.
God, I love that voice so much. Also, a quick notice. Please note that the outdoor courtyard and pool are closed until further notice. All doors to the outdoor courtyard and pool have been locked indefinitely. Please notify the staff if the doors to the outdoor courtyard and pool are breached. And lucky for you, I am playing a little robot who is part of the staff. Her name is Dish, and she seems extremely chipper after a dream she had that she enjoyed quite a bit. And she is very keen on cleaning the hotel quickly. And because of this swiftness, she has a bit of time to herself. So after, dusting off the bookshelf in the parlor room, she goes over to the billiards room and, you know, grabs one of the sticks. I don't know how to play billiards. I'm just gonna say that.
You take the white ball, you hit the ball, and then you get the other balls to get into the holes.
Okay.
There's some strategy to it, but I don't know much.
I think you've got to hit them in an order.
Oh, okay.
We're all just very clueless about this entire thing, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are we playing billiards?
But hey, we're not playing billiards in its proper way. We're gonna be playing this mini game. So we're gonna take turns. Everyone take. Well, first we have to do the setup. Let's go from top to bottom again. And how did you end up in this billiards room? What drew you to the parlor one instead of the other ones?
Well, in Nessa's case, after, waking up here, not really knowing where she was or what she was doing here, she ended up kind of stumbling across this billiards table and just sort of gave it a look-see and settled in with, ending up kind of investigating Sorry, I'm totally losing my train of thought already. Okay. She basically investigated the room a little bit and then decided to, set up a game if anyone else decides to join. So she is currently at the table, sort of leaning on it with the cue or stick or whatever in her, kind of nestled in one of her arms, because one of her arms she has decided to stick firmly in her pocket, and it seems to almost be hanging kind of limp, kind of almost it was injured or something. She just doesn't really seem very intent on using her left arm at the moment.
Well, I know that Poko she doesn't like being alone. She doesn't want to be alone, so she kind of just followed Nessa because she kind of saw Nessa and was like, you are my friend now. And then she just kind of followed Nessa. She doesn't know what the hell billiards is. She just wants to stick with Nessa.
Okay, so that's my go now. The Lynn that isn't. Now, what has she been doing? I think Lynn's been here at the hotel a while, so she's just been going room to room to room until eventually she finds a room with people in it. And she'll just lurk here for a bit, just see what you all are doing. Maybe join in, but mainly she's just watching.
Alright, so let me post this list. Well, they won't let me post the list. Let me take a screenshot of this list of questions. I wish I can get a proper list because I need to cross some things out on this. In the game zone, I have posted a list of questions that your characters will be asking each other. On this first turn, we all have to decide a question that everybody has to answer. So take a look.
Which place is it in? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Game Zone.
Yeah, Game Zone Part 2.
Aha! Found it.
Yep.
Still learning my way around. Sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm very enamored by the question. I know it's secret, or saw something I wasn't supposed to. Do you encourage me to share details? Does that seem like a good first question that everybody has a sort of thing for, or is there anything else that piques your interest?
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Poko is an open book, and Poko would like to know.
Okay, that's very nice. So I guess it's kind of like a candlelight situation, but that isn't the end of this first important question. We have to roll a random number generator to see who will break first. And from whoever gets this first question is where we start going around the table. So let me roll a d4.
There's also a flip a coin down the line to see whether it's successful or not, I think.
I don't think that's in. Yeah, it's down the line, but for this one, we just need to see where we start in this situation.
So we're all rolling d4s?
Yeah, 1d4. So I think we're gonna be starting with Grizz. But first, yeah, what? No, oh, wait,
Whoops.
Oh,
sorry.
I think I get it. I think I understand.
Okay, so we rolled a d4 to see who would go first, and after that, we go down the line asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, what interesting thing did you see in this hotel, everybody? Or do you share the details? That's also another thing.
Me? Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think Nessa would have been here that long, but she would probably notice something about the windows. Like, she basically reaches kind of around vaguely and she pulls out a signboard because she's a silent tune. She can't really talk. Then the signboard basically says, "There's something weird about the windows here. Has anyone noticed we can't see outside?"
Okay. So can anybody answer this?
Yeah, you can just talk like casually about this.
I don't think there's been windows ever in this building. But I don't know how long I've been here.
The windows. Sorry. You go.
Okay. I was just gonna say Nessa flips the signboard around for a second. When it flips back, it says like, "I don't know how long I've been here either."
Oh, it's been a while. I'm not quite sure what's going on anymore.
I think Dish has just been patiently waiting for Nessa to, hit the cue and break the ball up in the center. But she does like look to the walls and tilts her head at it and just turns back and doesn't really say anything.
I think if it's my go, I think that Lynn's gonna just like full on stare at Nessa and then go, "The windows I've seen, they fog," and that's it.
Yeah, I love
Nessa
this vibe.
flips her signboard around again, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't seem right.
And that is our first question. So after that, we go down in a circle and we have to roll some like a D2 and see how many questions we answer. One being one, two being two. So I have to ask one question. And this has to be dedicated to just one person. I think reading the rules again. This one's the most rule heavy mini game, and yet I decided to choose it.
It's good. It's good for group.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Dish wants to sort of pivot away from the specifics of the hotel, but instead, not being the brightest bulb, asks the question. She speaks, and it sounds like her voice is muffled, but not in the way that mechanical things have a sort of voice box, like a digital kind of situation. It's just like the placement of it's not compression, it's just like physical material muffling this voice. And she asked the question, I'm feeling expansive. What do you want to know about me? And she asked that to Lynn.
And Lynn is gonna stare at her. Just there's been something funny. Every time Lynn looks at someone, it's almost as though there's no fluidity to it. They're just 1 second looking somewhere, and then the next you blink and they're looking at you. And she's gonna go, have you ever left?
No, and I don't really have a desire to. I was somewhere else, but as soon as I was placed here, and taken into the care of the night manager and the day manager, I have never really seen the need to leave. So no, I haven't left. And now that question is off the table, and nobody else can ask the question. I'm feeling expansive. What would you like to know about me? And this is why I wanted the actual list of words so I can cross it off in the Discord. Wait, nope. Teru, it's your turn to ask a question.
I'm going to ask Tessa. I admit I'm being afraid. I admit to being afraid of realizing that I'm not real. Do you reassure me? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure because my mic also, again, does not like me.
Oh, you were saying that to Nessa.
Yeah. Wait, for a moment I said Tessa, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I get confused.
So you admit to being afraid of not being real?
Yes. Realizing I'm not real.
I think Nessa kind of clenches her hand around like the billiards stick. What do you call that thing? God, I wish I knew. She kind of clenches it around the billiard stick, and she seems to almost tense up for a moment before kind of releasing and flipping the sign around and basically saying something like, I'm sure you're as real as any of us, is what the sign says.
I hope so. I don't really know much about a lot of things. It's all kind of foggy.
You and me both, the sign says.
Yeah, that's the question.
Vwild, that's you.
Pardon?
It's your turn
It's
to
your
ask a
turn to
question.
ask question.
I also posted the questions in the
Oh,
Discord.
fantastic. And now I'm just struggling.
It's fine. It's a lot of blank spaces, this game. It's unstructured and fun, but also good grief.
I'm gonna go with the lights flicker and we feel the hotel shift around us while we play. How do you react? And I'm gonna do it to Dish.
Huh. The lights flicker and Dish's eyes, they're like little like plates that circle around these like dark lenses. And when the lights go off for that brief moment, her eyes expand. And then they shut when the lights come back on. And the hotel shifts. She checks her. She reaches into her shirt and reaches out a pocket watch and opens it. Checks it and closes it, puts it back, and returns to the game.
Now that is interesting. Does that mean that we've done a round if
Yeah, that's one round, but I think we have to keep on going until all of the questions are crossed off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So does that mean we roll again?
Yes. Yeah, we roll again. Okay, Grizz, you get to ask one question.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hmm.
2 questions.
Hey, 2 questions. There is
Ooh.
a boon to being the last person to ask a question.
Oh, V. You gotta roll.
Oh, V rolled. V rolled in the wrong. Yes, it happens.
Yes.
It happens.
Whoops.
Oh, it's the same way.
Hey.
Right place. Oh.
I think I'm going to pick I'm feeling nostalgic. What story from my past should I tell? And I'm going to aim it at Poko, since Poko seems to be worried about being real or not.
Well, it seems that you're not really using your other arm. Is there anything that has to do with that?
Nessa tenses up again and sort of shifts her shoulder just a bit for her left arm and kind of like it's very obvious that it's kind of hanging very limp, but she doesn't move it out of the pocket and she just kind of flips the sign around and back again, and it basically says something like, how do I put this? I think it would stress people out more if I said something about that.
You don't have to say it, or you don't have to say it with everyone else. I'm just curious, but you don't have to sate my curiosity if it stresses you out.
Nessa doesn't really have a mouth, but you can kind of see her eye, the bottom lid of her eye kind of like curl up a bit like she's smiling, and she gives a little nod and her sign flips around and says thank you.
Well, I still have a few things that maybe I want to think about. Is there any sort of hijinks you went up to when you were young?
And she kind of laughs, like, again, it's silent, but it's clear her shoulders are trembling like she's laughing, and she flips her sign around and back again, and she's like, well, there's the time I stole my dad's yo-yo.
Oh, geez, that. I know enough that toys are super cherished. I wonder how you reacted.
I don't think he knows yet, the sign says. It was something he built, and he just kind of set it aside, like most of the other things he builds. Just something to quickly sate his curiosity, and, you know.
Well, I wonder if he cherished that yo-yo. And Poko kind of like looks a little sad.
Maybe. If he did, he never told me.
And yeah, that Poko doesn't really have much else to say.
God.
Who's next?
I think it's me. It's
you.
I have 2 questions to ask, and I have one, but I don't have the other. So let me start with my first. Where was that? Lynn, I saw you hesitate before you answered me earlier, and now I'm suspicious. How do you react when confronted about it? And this comes in the way of Dish coming up to Lynn and saying, "Are you okay?" As a staff member, I hope every member's stay at the hotel is adequate, at least, if not excellent. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Lynn has this moment of just staring again, as though it's almost a juddering reel of waiting to respond. And then she leaps in and goes, I think at some stage I will want to check out. Not yet, but some stage. It's been too long.
At that, oh, I forget my own character's name. Dish pulls out her pocket watch and looks at it and says, "Huh, to me it doesn't seem like much time at all, but I guess time passes differently for people, but and she just continues playing and just thinks about Lynn. Oh, I have a question. Poko, I remind you of someone else you knew. Who is that again?
Oh, well, you see, there was this person I knew who was real close to me. She was always super diligently working. She was very hard working, yes. And she was kind of more on the aloof side, but she was really cool and I like her. It's been a while since she left the hotel. I wonder if she still remembers me.
I think Dish just listens over those muses and makes another note, another thing to clear up and check on. Next person to ask their questions.
Would that be me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm the next person?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Lynn, and I'm going to you've seen me do something strange and out of character recently. Do you ask me to explain?
Now I've got to say, because Lynn doesn't know you that well, but I guess they would have been watching you.
Yeah.
I mean, they watch everyone. I think, yes. I think she will ask you, but sort of in that quiet way, where you just stare at someone until they start talking. Just head cocked to the side, just...
Yeah, I know if you've seen me, wind up my key on my back. But just don't think too much about it. It's just something I do. And as she says, as she reaches behind her and starts winding up the key again. It's nothing, I promise. It's just a little thing I do. I just spin it sometimes. It's nothing.
She's just gonna just ever so slightly smile at that, as if sharing a secret with you.
Yeah.
And return to the game.
And then the next question is gonna be towards wait a moment, let me just find the list again. I'm going to ask Dish. And I'm going to ask I hope you don't bring up I hope you don't bring up the fact that I was abandoned here. Do you?
Not on purpose, but she does. She thought about the comment of the person that she reminded you of leaving the hotel. And she just reassures you and says, quietly, not to make it anybody else's business, but she says, I know it's scary being alone by yourself. Such a drastic means, but there are many people and many places that you can visit and speak to and make friends with. And she sort of like looks at Nessa, who's been very kind in this situation. And, you know, it's always horrible leaving people, people leaving. Sorry, but you know, a new day rises, and you know, you can always come speak to me as well if you would like to.
Okay.
She nods and, you know, puts a sinks a ball. That's what I was looking for.
I would just also like to note that whenever it's Poko's turn, she always uses the wrong end of the stick.
Oh, darling. Oh, no. I don't.
I mean, you just whack it like a baseball, right?
You win extra points if you whack it and you fire it into the fireplace.
Where everything in this place belongs.
It explodes upon impact.
So we have many dimensions here. One of them is, you know, a toon dimension. You can have toonish explosions.
And does that make it my turn?
Yes.
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 I think I'm going to go with I'm feeling generous. What favour do you ask me? And I'm going to say it to Nessa, and I'm going to say it like this. She winds up just to the side of Nessa as they're playing, and just Very quietly goes, "This hotel has taken things from you. How can I help, seeing as we are in a similar boat?"
Nessa is kind of going to shift her eyes around the table and make sure her sign is pointing away from Dish as she shows Lynn something that reads, "Help me check out."
Oh, something we both have in common. I think we can come up with a solution eventually.
Nessa is also going to flip the sign again and say, "What about Poko?"
Depends how things play out.
We're not leaving her.
Sometimes we don't have a choice. Not
She
in
doesn't
this
flip the
place.
sign this time. She just kind of keeps holding it with sort of a tighter grip, and her gaze almost seems to intensify for a moment, and like as if she's repeating herself, like, "We're not leaving her."
Lynn looks back and there's no emotion in her eyes. It's just like looking at a rough sketch. But then she'll give this judder of a sort of nod, perhaps? You can't fully tell. And she's going to return to the game.
I think it is time to roll again. One. 1d2. 1, 2.
Questions have we got left? I'm just going to check because we've only got a couple, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, this is the last round of questions until the final one, if I read the rules correctly.
Hey.
So, who goes first?
Grizz. Nessa's
Oh.
turn. Yeah, for questions. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick, I share an opinion about someone else in the hotel. Do you agree or disagree? And I'm going to basically have Nessa look to Poko. And this time she's flipping her sign so Lynn can't see it. And it reads something like, "I don't trust Lynn."
Oh, why not?
Suspicious is all the sign says.
Sus.
Oh, well, it just says sus.
I think Lynn's pretty sus if you ask me.
Well, yeah, well, I heard a little bit about her. She's a detective sorts, right?
Can't trust cops.
Oh, well.
Oh, your laughs are adorable.
You know, it's just, a detective's job to kind of not trust anyone until something. I don't know how this type of thing works. I've only seen TV shows, honestly. But well, we're all kind of strange, I think.
She's even stranger than most, is what the sign reads when she flips it around again.
Oh, well, there are a lot of strange people here. I can tell you that. And and Poko is gonna reach to her back again and like wind up the key.
She wonder, can Nessa reach over and kind of help her out with it?
I don't think she would see the fact that there's a key behind her, but you can definitely try to help.
I'm just wondering because, she talked about it with Lynn a bit, and since they're all at the same table, would Nessa have heard that?
I believe Poko would have said that quietly enough where, like, because she doesn't want it to let it slip.
Alright, fair enough then. Never mind. Nessa's just gonna land another ball in the pocket. Oh, don't apologize, you're good.
But yeah. I think you might be distrusting people too much. I like people.
Nessa's not going to respond to that, but she is going to kind of look over Poko as like, it's almost kind of an envious look. Like, I wish I could kind of be as trusting as you are. But she doesn't say it outright. She just kind of hits the ball in the pocket.
All right. That's the end of it. Next person.
That's my turn. And then just as a little thing, as when Poko said there's a few strange people here, somebody who's away from the table, just a guest, kind of just puts down the book they were reading and skitters to the bookshelf and puts it away and tips their hat and blinks their three eyes at nods their eyes, blinking their three nods their head, sorry, blinking their three eyes and exits the room. They'll just in the background. Okay, I have to ask one question. Yep. And what was the last question? It was, I hope to persuade you.
No, it was
I share an opinion about someone else in the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me cross that out. And let me cross this out. Oh boy, everything's getting a little bit muddled.
I forgot to share how Poko can reach the table. She's standing on a stool.
Yes, I was wondering that.
And then whenever she wants to like move her position, she hops off the stool and pushes the stool to wherever she wants it to be.
Oh, baby.
Baby.
I'm not sure which question to ask. I don't have anything for that second question. Oh,
you can do it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna ask a question about to Poko and say I hope to find common ground with you about our construction. Is there any? And yeah, do you wanna lead?
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but you have a purpose. No. I lost mine a long time ago.
Do you think you can find it again?
Maybe, if I find someone, but if somebody leaves without me again, I don't know what I would do.
Hmm.
I don't want to leave you, but if there's someone who wants to leave, I don't know what I'd be able to do.
The dish sighs and says, "Oh dear, there's many people who don't want to leave. I'm sure you'll find one of them." And she hits a ball into the pocket. And that's her turn.
Okay, my turn. Let me look at the stuff. Okay, so you didn't cross this one out, but I'll tell you that you have to cross that one out. I'm going to talk to Dish, and I'm going to say, I know a secret or saw something I wasn't supposed to. Do you encourage me to share the details?
Oh, every time. It's never nice to keep secrets that plague your mind so much.
Well, it has to do with the outdoor area.
The courtyard and pool?
I remember. I don't know when this was, but this was I don't know how long. But I remember one day going out there, and I looked up at the sky, and both the sun and the moon were out, and it was so weird. It was like a sunset, but in the middle of the sky.
I think you see a wash of like hopeful realization at that go across Dish's face, and she asks, "When was this? Well, you said it was a while ago, but how while?"
I think it was like I don't the day and night cycle kind of got a little weird, but I think it was like I slept 2 times before I came to you about this.
Okay. Thank you, dear. And then
I was wondering if that's why the pool and outdoor area is closed.
if she had any lips, she'd pass them, but instead you just hear some whirring inside, and Dish just starts singing a little, not singing, humming a little tune to herself as she, watches the ball go into the hole.
Inconvenience you.
It's okay. I'm here to hear queries.
Okay. And Poko is gonna move her seat again to try to find her place in the billiards.
Did you have one question?
I believe I had one question, yes.
Okay.
I can't keep this serious anymore because I'm just imagining this tiny little duck person just every time a conversation's over just picking up the stool and just walking off.
Oh no, she doesn't pick up the stool. She's not strong enough. She pushes the stool.
Even better. Just this dramatic silence and then And I think that makes it my turn, does it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I believe there's only one question left.
There's either one or two.
I think it's two.
There's 2 questions left.
Oh, it says I know a secret. I asked that already.
Oh, which one did I mess up?
Because I can see from the thing, I hope to persuade, and I accidentally let slip.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those are the
Yeah,
two
it's
that
two,
I
it's
can
two.
see left.
There we go. Sorry.
And I have a question before I begin this round to Poko. How quiet were you when you said about being abandoned or being left here? How quiet was that? Could Lynn have overheard?
I think quiet enough where, like, if you weren't listening in, you wouldn't know what we're talking about. But if you are eavesdropping, then you probably would be able to get a hold of that information.
Oh, she's been trying to listen to everything. So
she's nosy.
Something like that. And I'm going to go with, I think you screech up next to her, and she just steps forward and goes, in the I accidentally let slip. But is it accidentally? But I accidentally let slip that I have also been abandoned. But I cover it to the best of my ability. Do you let me recover or hold it against me?
It's okay. You, well, I just.
And she just kind of gets really flustered. She hops off her little stool, pours herself a little bit of water from the infinite water cooler, and then comes back and drinks a little bit of water.
I think that you're allowed to feel grief about that, and I'll let, if you want to talk about it, I'm always here, but if not, it's okay, because you're allowed to feel grief, whether you want it alone or not, but know that if you don't want to be alone, I'm always here.
And she kind of flaps her little arms.
You are always here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Person who left me. She left a part of herself here, however unknowing she was. I wonder what yours left.
She left. You know how people, when they need comfort, they always have a little toy with them, something nice and soft to hold. She left her toy. I wonder where she's gone. I still need to return it to her.
Oh, that's good. I think Lynn at that, she's seen you fiddling with your back, and she's going to put just a thought in her own head as she stares at you, and just slightly over your shoulder, seeing if she can catch the look at the key.
Yeah, it's a little hard to look at the key because she is wearing a little cloak.
But yours left something behind. Mm-hmm. I am what she left behind. And she's going to turn back to the game.
Poko is going to go back to the infinite water cooler and drink some more water. I assume that there's an infinite water cooler over here.
There has to be, yeah.
The hotel has everything.
Absolutely everything. Why do you even want to leave? Lynn, you
have
yes.
You have one more question, by the way.
See.
The last one is I hope to persuade.
Oh, who should I say that to? If I'm the one who's saying it,
Yes.
who should I say? Who should I say? I think she's going to go back to Nessa with that one. I hope to persuade you. That sometimes we need to leave things behind, but sometimes they belong in different places. Sometimes they belong here. We do not. And as she's saying this to Nessa, she's looking directly at Poko.
Trying to think, how would Nessa respond to that? I think Nessa is actually going to get pretty stressed out hearing about that. Like, her eyes are going to kind of widen just a bit, and she looks pretty... It's hard to say what her expression is, because, you know, she doesn't have a mouth, but, like, angry, sad, it's like, she's just pretty disturbed by what Lynn just said, and she's going to actually reach out and kind of grab Lynn by the collar just to sort of stare her down with both arms. And her arm that had been limp seems to kind of almost sag in its sleeve, like it's almost too heavy. And it looks like it's not really like solid, like it's almost like fluid clay kind of like dripping through the sleeve material when she moves it that fast. And she kind of drops Lynn and draws back and just kind of stares at her a little more, gripping her arm. Just she doesn't like that response Lynn gave, and she doesn't really know how to handle it.
Gonna just tilt her head again and look at the arm and go, well, would you look at that? This just got interesting. I wonder what else this place has changed.
And Nessa doesn't really respond to that because this wasn't the hotel that changed that about her. She came in like this.
Would Lynn be able to tell that?
Insight check. Insight.
Break out the D20!
Insight check, let's go!
See, what is my insight?
Oh, no, wait! I mean, God, no.
Do it for the meme. Do it.
Alright, I'm doing it for the meme. Okay. I've got my character sheet and everything just in case it was ever needed.
I'm so sorry, Liz!
No, you tainted my beautiful indie game! Oh shit, that's a good roll!
Oh shit.
You fool.
Yeah, with that 19 roll, Lynn could probably make out that Nessa is kind of darting her eyes away from her. Like, she can't really make eye contact with Lynn when she says that part about the hotel changing people, because she can't, like, she came in like this. This isn't the hotel's doing. And if you actually take a really good look at her arm, it's like, it doesn't look like it's made of the normal, like, rubber hose tune material that she seems to be made out of. It seems like it's almost made of, like, wet clay and, like, wire armature kind of poking out in random spots beneath the sleeve. And she's trying desperately to, like, kind of pull herself back together.
I think back, you're going to see Lynn's focus sort of shift from looking at you as a main person back Poko, and there is something different there. It's as though she's changed her thoughts on the situation. And then she's going to return to the game.
You see Poko just getting going to the infinite water cooler, and instead of water, it's just peas.
Peas?
Yeah, it's peas. Yeah, peas.
Like green peas?
Like
Yeah,
frozen
yeah.
peas?
Yes,
Where'd she get
yes.
frozen peas from?
It's from the
This
water,
hotel and everything.
from the infinite water cooler.
Is that how they're keeping the water cold?
and yeah, her cup is full of peas, and now she's just going to town on those peas.
Okay, so she saw none of what happened then, I'm guessing.
Have you ever seen a duck eat peas? It's great.
Oh, it's very good, but I'm also just laughing at the thought of, like, Lynn antagonizing Nessa, and Nessa showing she has this fucked up stop motion arm going on, and like, oh, just Poko was over here eating peas. Call it anything.
Oh my god. I'm so glad.
Golly, this group.
It's girls' night out.
Girls' night out.
Girls' night out.
Dish is like, oh dear, where did the peas come from? And she's like trying to mend the machine.
Anything's possible in this hotel. Anything is possible.
Yeah. Hey Lynn, guess what? You won the game, I think. You socked the last 8-ball into the Billard's hole, and you get to ask any question. I think the wording of that was, you may ask an original question to further your own agenda to any other players you choose. Maybe one specific player, or maybe to all of them. You may also sink the last ball to end the game of billiards.
I would. There are a bunch of billiard balls that are cracked in half because, man, Poko is very good at this game.
Ooh.
God. She just cracks them in half and then gently brushes the shattered fragments into the hole. That's how you win.
That's how you win. You're supposed to crack them like this, huh?
There's one of these is in the fireplace, and there's so many just shattered balls. Original question.
It does say you may ask. So.
Oh no, let her ask. It's Lynn. This is Lynn we're talking about. Lynn wants to know about everything.
Oh, Lynn wants to sniff out that information like a crime dog.
I think she's gonna. Where did Nessa go? Did Nessa go over to the water cooler with Poko? And I hope I'm saying that name right.
Yeah.
Nessa basically kept leaning on the billiards table, and she's kind of trying to shove her hand back into her pocket to hide her arm again.
Poko is sat in the corner eating her peas.
I think she wants to say something to both of you without Dish. And so she's just going to wait until Dish is doing something else, perhaps. And then ask a question of, if I could get us a possible weakness, a way to help us get out, would you be willing for me to take it, no matter the cost?
Nessa has already been very suspicious of Lynn this whole time, but now she's like really, really on edge about Lynn, and she's kind of not really sure what to think at this point about her. Like, she wants to escape, she wants to get back to her dad and all that, but the cost seems more and more like it's gonna leave Poko behind. So
wait, Mock is in this game now.
Listen, there's many people in the hotel.
Mock was the three-eyed one.
No, fuck. I was reading and talking at the same time. It's bad. Okay. Yeah, so Nessa's pretty much convinced that Lynn's idea of escape is somehow going to involve leaving behind Poko, which she is not cool with. But she does kind of look to Poko to see what she thinks.
Well, like, yeah, like me and Dish, we're great friends. She's always been with me through and through, so, I don't think I'd ever wanna. Like, if you wanna get out, I'm sure there's an easier way out than like breaking your way out and all that.
And Lynn's just, from sort of looking at Nessa to see her reaction, just when you've said that you and Dish are always together, she just looks at you a bit more and goes, "So where one goes, the other follows?"
It's more like I encounter her all the time because she's a maid and she does a lot of the heavy lifting in this area. So I a lot of times will like encounter her and we talk and like we just have this solidarity, you know?
She does the heavy lifting around here. That's useful. And now she's just looking at Dish with her head tilted to one side, just thinking. And that has helped me a lot with something that I need to do. So, and her final thing is just she's going to go, "Thank you, both of you. I think this is enlightening."
Nessa's going to nod her head. Oh, sorry, you go on.
And she's just going to knock the last thing into the hole. And you go now, Nessa.
Just real quick, Nessa's kind of nervously nod her head at Lynn and then kind of take one of those like lawn steps to kind of quickly get over to Poko and hold up her sign that just has a baseball with a screw through it, kind of pointing at Lynn behind her back.
Oh. Oh, I'm going to remember that.
Oh no! What?
I just in the corner of the screen is just Lynn will remember that.
And I think that's the end of that round.
Yeah, that's the end of the game. Oh man. Huh.
Lynn will remember this.
Well, we really
Good
did.
news, we solved your billiards puzzle.
Yes, thank you. We have sunk in all the balls and shattered most of them. The rest of them.
And one's in the fireplace. Don't forget that one.
Don't worry, it'll all be fine. It'll reset and there's other billiard places. God, that was a delight. I'm so happy about how we are going. We did take an hour, but I think this is the chunkiest game, so it makes sense. But
it's a very chunky game.
Yes, we can move on. The way this works is that we go around in circles and people choose the minigame they want to play. And that means, Teru, you have choice of the games. I'll post a quick just list of all of them.
I think I wanna play. I wanna dance with somebody.
Aww. Okay, let's check out the rules. So I want to dance with somebody.
Let me just scroll down to it, and she is going to ask. She's going to ask. Fuck, I can't tell whether or not she wants to dance with either Nessa or Dish.
Oh, you don't want to dance
Both
with
are very
Lynn?
good answers.
So Lynn?
Don't want to dance with the very scary monkey? Okay.
No, not the monkey, because she has a feeling
Never
that
the monkey.
she has a feeling that if she dances with Lynn will pull out the key.
Oh.
Aww.
I'm trying to
Wonder
find
how
I'm not
fair
gonna
an
respond
assessment
to
that
that.
is.
But I think she's going to dance. She's probably danced a lot with Dish already. She's gonna dance with Nessa.
Makes
Oh.
sense.
Because Nessa's new.
Still trying to find the fucking rules to it. Okay.
Now, are they moving locations for this, or is this just happening in
Yeah.
the parlor still?
Oh, we can move to a different location. Let's go to let's go to the DJ moves area.
God, this probably is like a dance floor, honestly.
We all love DJ
Yeah.
moves.
Oh, this place shifts. This place plays a bunch of 80s music apparently.
Everybody else can come along if they want to join, but specifically Poko will be dancing with Nessa.
Yeah. I'm sort of picturing it like the billiards game ends and the hotel kind of shifts again, and when they step out of the room, it's like they're in the ballroom all of a sudden.
Oh, that's sweet.
There are people like playing the violins and like the cellos and other classical pieces that I can't think of right now.
Yeah. It's a little low key for Nessa's taste, but she is perceptive to dancing, so she kind of offers. Well, she does like a nice little bow and kind of offers her hand to Poko, which I realize is going to be very funny considering their height difference.
Yes, Poko is like on her tippy toes trying to reach up.
Aww.
Like Poko is very short.
Yeah.
Like I imagine they're trying to waltz, but like Poko cannot reach, so she just has one arm like very cautiously holding Nessa's hand and the other just around her leg.
Where's stilts?
Oh geez, she has webbed feet. I don't think stilts are gonna really be helpful.
Nessa is probably going to like just very gently kind of pick her up and kind of place her feet on top of her feet so she doesn't risk stepping on her feet during it.
Yes. This is all just very adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, so reading the rules. Lin and Dish, are you going to dance with each other as well?
No. Well, not with Dish. I think.
Wow, Lin getting turned down.
I think Dish is busy. I think this is the end of her free time that she carved for herself, and she's just off to clean somewhere else and make some reports to the night manager.
Make some reports to the night manager, huh? That don't sound good.
I think Lynn. Oh, sorry. Were you continuing to talk? I can stop for a sec.
That's the end of Dish's time here for now.
I think that Lynn. I wonder if this ballroom is not crowded but has other people. Have you guys got any thoughts on that?
I think there's other people.
Yeah, I assume that there are some people wearing like some really fancy stuff, and like Poko feels very underdressed for this occasion.
Oh.
Yeah, Mock's there.
Mock is there.
Mock isn't even dancing to the waltz. They're just kind of
crumping.
I feel like Mock needs agency.
Crump with your sweetie pie.
I think Mock has agency over her own body. She's just chilling.
I think Lynn is just perhaps behind the orchestra, just watching these two. Not aggressively, not angrily, not badly, just watching them interact. And that's all they're just going to do. They're just going to stay in the very far background and just watch. And now it's up to you two.
Do you want to read through the rules, broadly?
I'll read the rules. Okay. Great. Set up. Ask your chosen partner how you came to be dancing together. Other players may join freely if it makes sense for their character to be present at the dance. What do you notice about each other? Are you awkward or self-assured? They're both awkward. I'm pretty sure they're both awkward, and it's because of the height difference.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and I also think Nessa is doing a lot of like staring down at her feet, making sure she actually does the moves right, because it's kind of clear like she has some vague knowledge of doing the waltz, but she's never like actively done it. So she's like, "Oh, peck, I gotta like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3," kind of in her head.
Poko, I feel like is self-assured enough in her dancing skills, despite dancing with a leg. but otherwise she's a little awkward in her demeanor, because like she's like, wow, we're already getting into dancing, but we haven't even had dinner yet. But yeah,
Nessa is giving another one of those silent laughs at that joke.
they're both baby. They're both baby, honestly.
They're baby.
But during the dance, during the dance, anyone may ask for details about the setting, occasion, and circumstances. We all said that the room shifted, and then we opened the door, and all of a sudden, boom, orchestra. But conducting the dance. Take turns asking each other questions. Having the worst dancer ask first. Each of you may ask 2 questions, taking turns before the dance ends. If the other players join the dance, everyone may ask 2 questions total, choosing which dance partner to ask for each question. Take turns around the table as the dance brings you from partner to partner. Yeah. We established that nobody's really joining the dance yet. So it's just us 2. Once every wait a minute. Once every dancer asked 2 questions, the dance ends. It's very nice. Who's the worst dancer between 2 of us? I think they're both equal. It's just that one has more confidence than the other.
Yeah, so I think Nessa would probably be the worst one in this case.
All right, go ask your questions.
And we have to choose the questions from the list, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say I lose the rhythm briefly, stepping out of time. You let me stumble or coax me back to the beat.
Oh, well, since she's kind of on your feet, trying to, since she's already on your feet, and it's a little difficult. She'll try to like sway you back to the rhythm, though like the feet are, it's a little awkward, but she's doing her best.
Oh.
She's trying her best to like help you with it. Again, they're both bad, but like I feel like unlike Nessa, Poko has the basics of it.
Yeah.
She's just doing her best, and they're both doing their best, and it's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I believe you ask a second question.
Oh, right. Okay. I slip my hand into yours looking for closeness or comfort. Do I find it?
You definitely find it.
Oh.
Poko is very happy to dance with you. She's just having a nice time. I believe it's my 2 questions, and then we're done, I believe, because this is not a ask until you're done type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to search through the questions because like some of them are not feasible because of the height difference.
Well, maybe when Nessa kind of tripped a little bit, she kind of leaned in a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Some feathers fall across my face and into my eyes. Do you brush it aside?
Yeah, Nessa's gonna very gently reach over and kind of brush the feathers aside.
That's so cute. And then
Yeah.
it's so very cute. And then the last one, something about me catches your eye and your look lingers. What is it?
I'm gonna say Nessa's gonna kind of do one of those dancing moves where you like spin the other person around, and during that time she might catch the key.
She probably does catch the key.
Yeah. And she doesn't say anything about it, but she does seem almost kind of relieved to see it in a weird way. Like she kind of blinks up from looking at her back and kind of smiles at her with like that little crinkle to her eyes.
Poko does not realize that you've seen the key yet, and she's just gonna keep dancing with you till the song ends. It's very cute.
Moment.
It's very cute. They're just happy. Yeah. And then Lynn is going to break it up.
I've got an idea. I'm not the best drawer, but I was trying to do some in the background, but maybe I'll post it later. But I think if Nessa happens to look over and spot Lynn's going to be just almost out the door, and she's just going to pull a notebook from her pocket and glance at Poko and write "safe" on the notebook, and then leave.
I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Go to the next room. I think the music's over now.
Yeah. Thought it was a nice dance, her sign says.
Like Poko blushes a little bit. She's like,
I'm glad you liked it.
It was my first dance.
And yeah, Poko's just gonna skip happily to the next room. It's girls' night.
Girls' night. And Nessa's gonna slink after her. And I'm assuming they're following Len?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, you should be. But choices.
I'm a little scared.
Who knew a map maker could be so terrifying?
Did you say something, V?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said something.
Let me see. I think we're gonna go with. No matter what, it's gonna be with Dish. I just want you to know that. Because I want you two to know that she's keeping to her word on something. I think. Ooh. Now, do I want to go with chase or do I want to go with a fight? I think.
Coin flip?
Coin flip is a possibility.
All right. See. Game zone. All right. I think we're going. That was just going to read the rules very quickly, just for myself. I think she's going to go with fight.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
You see what you do?
I'm keeping to a word of sorts. Lynn likes keeping to a word. Let's see. It is only you and your chosen partner play. Decide how the two of you came to be alone and fighting it out. What do you notice about each other? What do you want from this fight? How badly are you willing to hurt each other? During the game, anyone may ask details of the setting or circumstances, and the person with most advantage or influence on the others begins. On the other.
If you can't decide, toss a coin.
And keep asking questions back and forth until an answer brings the fight to a close. Keep in mind that an answer to a leading question might end a fight.
Okay. How did we come to be? Because listen, I was also thinking of a fight as well, if I'm being quite honest.
Oh, joy.
So I think this was in Dish's head. I don't know if theoretically Dish is the person to start. I feel like it would be in the way where Dish corners or like confronts Lynn. Because
that's what they think.
They went to the night manager and checked the book to see when Lynn was checked in. Now tell me, was Lynn checked in or did they slip in? Because that has happened before.
I think if Dish looks, Dish will see 2 entries, or 1 entry, 1 exit, but Lynn's still being classed as in the building.
Okay. And?
Because this Lynn isn't fully a guest.
That's what she suspected. So, I guess this is Lynn going through a hallway. The camera probably following her. And as she turns the corner, the camera comes across like an opening to like the turn in the hallway, and Dish is standing there. What do you do, Lynn?
What did you say for a second there? Sorry, you cut out for a sec.
Oh, Dish is standing in the hallway. Like as you turn, what do you do?
She stops and just stares. Her footsteps haven't made any proper noise. And she just watches. I think she has an idea, but she wants to see just what you'll do.
Okay. Do you want to lead? Or should I? Or should we flip?
Let's flip. I'll be 1, you be 2, or...
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. You're starting. You choose a leading question.
Let's see. I think... Let's see. Because I'm starting, I might as well close the difference. I throw all my weight into a powerful blow. Do you give ground readily or begrudgingly? That's going to be what she does, because...
Because... What was it? You... Don't worry where the babies are at. Did you say you were, You were saying something, Lynn threw a punch because...
It's in the leading questions. I just looked through.
Oh, sorry.
And...
Yeah. She gives ground begrudgingly, like she was prepared for a dance. She was prepared to maneuver in this confrontation. But she doesn't want to be the first person to give it, so this is not a great time. Her wheels skirt backwards as the punch lands across her face. It's warm. Um, her face is a flesh and her arms are metal. What would Dish do in return? I catch your wrist in my hand and draw you closer to me. Do you allow it or do you shove me away to continue the fight?
I think she allows it, but more to get closer to you than to. Because shoving away is giving ground, and she is not going to give that to a staff.
Okay.
So she's going to get in close.
Dish sort of looks Lynn over and tries to surmise. What are you?
I think we could ask the same question about you.
I'm a staff member. I think it's your time to ask a question.
And that means I go to another leading, right? Or
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a closing question, isn't it?
Is it? Wait.
Oh wait.
You have to
There's
ask
open and shut
the third
questions.
question, sorry.
Could you say that last bit again?
Anytime after the third question, either of you may choose to ask a closing question instead, so we can just continue fighting until somebody wants to stop it.
I think I'm going to go. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask if Nessa and Poko are watching this happen.
Do you want to be?
Kinda.
Question is, would we want you to see? Because
Probably not,
That is a
honestly.
good question.
I'm thinking the same. Because Lynn wants to get this done quietly. She doesn't want to fuss.
Fair.
Is
okay,
it a
so
case?
in my timeline of it, she slipped out during the fight and not during the dance, and like, oh no.
I think I've got a good closing question.
Oh, you're gonna close now.
Because we're in. No, I think they can. A closing question isn't an end, is it?
It is. I think it is an end. Wait, no. Yeah.
Apologize to listeners. We're all over the
Yeah.
shop.
This is the first time we're playing this game.
Shopping it.
It's alright. We're doing great. Says us.
Oh. Okay. It's just we end the fight any way we want to. Then choose a quick closing question if you have one there.
Because I don't want it to particularly end the fight, or it might, this one. Because we're in close. And so she's going to seize the momentum of being drawn in the initiative and drive you into a wall or corner. So she's going to drive you into the wall. And let's see, if you stand, do you stand?
She's going to stand. On heads, I hold you back. On tails, you take the opportunity to kill or maim me. Heads being 1, tails being 2. I stand and I hold you back. And what does this look like?
I think Lynn, who just tried to throw you, is just going to grin slightly and go, well, this is interesting.
She can't smile, but her mouth stretches a little, and you see a wheel sort of pop out from her circular dress and extend like it was unfolding. And she maneuvers around you in a quick movement, and The fight is not done.
What do you want to do now?
I'm thinking. No, you threw a closing question at me, and now I'm looking at this. I land a decisive hit, but in doing so, leave myself open to a harsh blow in return. Do you deliver it? And this decisive hit is moving you out of the halls into a empty bedroom, like a hotel guest room that has not been prepared properly. And so you see foggy glass just replacing the walls and parts of the floor. The carpet is not done. The bed isn't covered. The sheets of the bed aren't covered. And the water is just constantly running. The plumber hasn't come in yet.
I think she's going to land that harsh blow back, but before she does, she's going to. Her smile as she's looking at you, and it's been all teeth, and she just looks and she sees the foggy windows, and it drops. And then she looks around and sees this room isn't finished. This room is a weakness of the hotel, and you've given it right to her. And she's going to smile, and then she's going to do that harsh blow just directly to your face.
Well, I think her intent of this fight has gone from trying to incapacitate you. No, I think she still wants to incapacitate. Okay. It's your turn to ask a question.
Think. See. I grapple you into a hold. Do you submit or twist? And I don't think you can bite, but do you try and escape the guard?
What was it? Is that part of the closing
That's
question?
Oh no, I was in leading. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I can.
Let me see. You hold me, dude. I twist. Where are you holding me? On my arms? On my torso?
I think she's gone for the arms, because if push comes to shove, she can rip them off.
I mean, you have to pull far to rip them off. Her arms extend and go slack across the floor, and probably taking you with it or making your grasp escape. And she does that sort of wheel maneuver again, and you can see when she does this extending of her wheels, like a part of her plating of the dress sort of pops open to allow better movement, and she just scoots around again, and you can sort of see her eyes are starting to open up, because even though it's foggy and like this bright harsh light is in the area, it's kind of hard to see, so she's opening up her eyes a bit.
It's a useful thing to know. And
do you have a question?
No, I think that makes it your go.
Yes. Do you have anything good?
Come on, Hotshot.
Ooh. Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that one. These are all good. I love the fight question so much. Oh, we circle each other like stalking animals. What do you say to me?
Staff belong here. We do not. We are getting out, whether you like it or not.
I don't know if she replies. Just kind of she snorts, but she has no nostrils to snort, so it just comes out of her eyes. Your turn.
Hmm. Think she's gonna see you snort, and she's looking at your eyes, and she's gonna attack, but you barely dodge it. And she had her talons right at your face. A fraction slower, and it might have ended the fight for good. Does that exhilarate or chill you?
I say exhilarate, not in the way that it excites her, but in a way that reminds her that she has to, be better about this situation. She has to be more. She doesn't have to keep up the she doesn't have to keep up the good housekeeping look. You are not a guest here. So she kind of extends her neck away from you. That's how she was able to dodge, but she keeps it long. And she keeps her slacked arms long, and they're kind of wavy and unpredictable. Let's try and do this. I don't want to end this fight like this. I don't. She doesn't want you to escape. She doesn't want you to escape.
I think the feeling's mutual there.
Oh no! I would. Oh. Mm. Mm.
She doesn't like the staff, man. She just wants to go. She wants to leave, and she is not afraid to get what she wants.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. My hand is at your throat. My glove has torn and it's just extended with these long tentacle like appendages. They wrap around and you are pinned to the floor. Do you submit or do you squirm free and go? And this looks like her eyes just completely opening up so the fumes can escape. And her mouth is open, but there is no hole. It's just the skin slightly stretched. Her long neck bending over to look into your eyes. And a little prick of light opens up by her mouth. What do you do?
Oh. She is dead silent, and she is just glaring. There is no warmth, there is no humour, there is just rage. And she's not gonna submit to a staff. So she's gonna squirm free and flee. And as she goes, she's just gonna. It's almost as though she's there for a second, and then she just judders, and then she's standing at the door, and she's just gonna look back and go, "Well, I wonder if I'll have better luck with another." And she goes.
As you hear, as you leave, you hear the sound of shattering glass.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the end of the fight. The camera pans away, and we are on to the next game.
Oh boy.
Intense.
We love a fight. We love a fight. Grizz, it's your turn to choose a mini game.
Hey, I didn't know we were camping because that was intense. But
I'm going to kill you.
No, don't.
Not if I kill you first.
No.
No.
This has changed how Lynn is going to play this, and I, for one, am living for it.
I'm trying to think, what game do I want to pick? Okay, so fight is done, dance is done. Can't pick either of those.
Is that
Billiards is done.
I don't know. I assume it would be kind of like anticlimactic for Nessa to just go, okay, let's go back to the dance floor.
again.
What to do?
I mean, I understand, but it would be probably wise to go away. But also, we could just like hard cut with playing billiards again. Another hour.
No. No. I think I'm gonna do I think we're alone now.
Ooh.
We're stealing time together. And I'm gonna be doing it with Poko, since me and Poko basically went out into the hall and Lynn wasn't there, so just a chance to kind of be alone and talk for a second. No Dish, no Lynn, no nothing. Only you and your chosen partner play. Decide how the two of you came to be stealing time together. What do you notice about each other? What have you heard? During the liaison, anyone may ask for the details of the setting or circumstances. Converse naturally. During the conversation, either of you may begin an exchange by making an advance whenever it seems right. The other then makes an answer to conclude the exchange. Return to conversation or advance to a new exchange if it feels right. Anytime after the third exchange, any player may interrupt by having another character enter the scene. Otherwise, continue the conversation and exchanges until they reach a natural conclusion. Perhaps you part ways or decide to draw a curtain over what follows. If you and your partner run the risk of being caught together for any reason, any player may throw a coin after any answer. On tails, you're discovered and left vulnerable.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to think where they would go after the ballroom. So I'm trying to map out the hotel in my head.
There is no map.
Oh, the map is very confusing.
Yeah. Oh.
There's no map, only list of places.
Mark, just because you're there doesn't mean we're gonna go there too.
I was gonna say a laundry room would probably be a good place to have a private chat.
Yeah, sure.
Because, staff probably wouldn't hear us above whatever laundry machine are going.
Yeah.
I can suggest there's also a boiler room as well, but
boiler rooms scare me.
Okay, that's fair. It also scares
boiler rooms scare everyone. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Nessa kind of looked around for Lynn, and when she didn't find Lynn, she kind of pulled Poko aside, and they ended up in the laundry room, and she kind of grabbed some laundry bags full of like dirty sheets and all that to sit on for like little chairs. And she just wants to talk for a sec. Which is funny because she can't physically talk, but...
Yes.
Geez, why are so many of these advances romantic? I guess I'll let you ask the first question, Teru.
What is question as in?
I guess
advances?
they're put in advances.
Okay. I would like to sit next to or across from you. May I?
You may.
Okay, so Poko is just gonna sidle up closer to you, just kind of sit there. Like, kind of in a sort of fetal position.
Aww.
She's not sure what to do.
Aww. I would like to run my fingers through your feathers. May I?
May.
And she does that. She moves her right hand over to run her fingers through her feathers.
She leans into the hand.
Aww.
I move to loosen the hood I have. May I?
You may.
So Poko takes off the hood, and you get the full look of the key. It's a gold color, and you can tell it's very well maintained. Yeah, and Poko spins it again.
I hope this is okay. I don't really.
And Poko kind of just sinks into her feathers.
I think in response to that, Nessa is going to ask to loosen a piece of her own clothing, kind of gesturing to her left sleeve.
Okay.
Okay. Nessa is gonna roll up her left sleeve, pulling her hand out of her pocket, and she's going to, in solidarity, kind of show some of her own metal off to Poko, because it's got loose clay, but there's also little bits of shining metal armature kind of poke through parts of the clay here and there. And it still seems like she's trying to kind of pull herself back together, but she's having trouble with it, and she looks a little frustrated as she looks down at her arm.
I would like to I reach out to touch the metal armature. May
I? She looks kind of hesitant about it, so she is like, you may, but only for a moment.
Okay, so Poko is going to just brush up against the armature, and then take her hand back and rewind the key.
It's interesting to touch because it's cold, really, really cold. And when you pull your hand back, it almost seems like little bits of that wet clay kind of reach out almost to brush your feather tips back, almost like they were trying to grab at it. I'm kind of wondering, can we just ask regular questions? Because this feels like it's going to go in some sort of weird romantic direction. And I don't know why.
Wink.
I mean, unless you wanted to. I don't know.
16!
I don't...
Would you... what if we kissed in the laundry room? Haha, JK.
Unless.
I mean, if you don't, I that's what I thought. I thought you guys were making this a very like a platonic version of this game because a lot of it is very
Yeah.
romantic, like
Yeah,
gesturing.
this game is like charged. What
It's
the heck?
I forgot to say, like
Okay,
I honestly got
I-
this confused with another game on here, which is the talking through the door one.
I'm okay. I'm okay with anything romantic developing with Poko. It's cool. So whether or not you want this platonic or romantic, I'm cool
I mean,
with it.
I just don't know how old Poko is.
That's the question.
Well, like Poko is a doll, so kind of ageless.
Ah. Yeah, so probably more platonic.
I do not.
Anyway.
I legitimately do not know the age of Poko because Poko is a doll.
Yeah, Poko is baby. Anyway, yeah, so they're just kind of sitting there quietly, and Nessa isn't really sure what to say, just kind of like trying to pull herself back together again. Would Poko be willing to help her with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Poko will help like try to smooth over the sleeve over the armature.
Yeah. So Nessa will allow that and kind of smooth the clay back over like some of the armature bits. And it seems like, as Nessa calms down, this is kind of getting a little easier and a little easier until it's like looking more normal. And as it does, the clay like texture becomes something more like almost like spiky rough fur, like very dark rough fur, almost like the mix between a hedgehog and a rabbit's pelt, kinda.
Yeah, when Poko is done smoothing it out, Poko will ask,
It's probably a hard memory to remember, I guess. Is it?
Nessa will let out kind of a little sigh through her nose, and the sign comes back out, and it says, "If I could remember, I would, but I think it's just too painful."
And Poko will respond,
Yeah. I get the feeling.
and she's going to wind up the key again.
Mhm. And Nessa is going to ask if she needs the key to be wound.
Yeah, I always need to wind it. If someone were to take it from me, I would stop. And I don't want to stop.
Nessa is going to ask if she can wind it for her, because it's probably hard to, do it behind your back the whole time, and she's got long arms. Maybe she can wind it for a little longer so you don't have to keep reaching back there.
You can wind it if you're okay with it. I trust you.
Yeah, Nessa nods. She then Cora holds up her gloved hand and she crosses her fingers as like kind of like, I promise not to do it. Wait, that's the wrong definite. She's gonna hold up her pinky, actually. She's gonna hold up her pinky, so pinky promise. She's not gonna steal her key.
Yeah. Poko is going to in turn wrap her pinky feather around and for that pinky promise.
It's gonna give a little shake, give a little smile, and then reach for her key, and she's going to start very carefully winding it, like a good while.
And Poko is just going to relax for a bit.
Does it feel nice when it gets wound?
It's a sort of like relaxing thing, like when you get a massage.
Aw, that's nice. And I think that's just kind of where the camera might pan out, like just, oh God, why is it doing that? No! Behind the scenes footage. Okay. Yeah, the camera's just gonna kind of pan back over this laundry room scene of both of them sitting on these little laundry bags as Nessa very carefully helps her wind her key up again. Now, would someone want to barge in on the two of them?
Maybe not barge.
I don't like the way you said that.
Lynn, whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it.
You gotta do a coin flip, though.
Okay, where's the rules on that? I've just realised I'm on the wrong page. Could someone read it out of what the coin flip's for?
The coin flip is to basically indicate whether or not they were caught together. So on tails, you're discovered and left vulnerable.
Would tails be 2?
Oh, I'm A in the wrong chat, and oh, hang on, I'll do it in the right. I'll do it in the right chat.
Let's give a number for each. Okay.
I assume heads is 1 and tails is 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And heads was.
Heads is we're not caught.
Yeah.
So by the time you get over there, you Poko already has her hood.
That's useful.
Yeah. But Lynn might notice that Nessa is using her left arm again.
And you might notice back that Lynn, when she left you last, she was smiling. She's not smiling anymore. And the notebook she used before, she doesn't have it anymore. Or at least, where she had it before, she's either dropped it or tucked it away. And she's definitely not smiling.
Nessa
And then
pulls
she
out the
walks
screwball
away.
sign again.
She walks away. I'm gonna leave you 2B.
I just had a realization. Would you say Lynn came straight from that room that the fight happened in?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have a question. Because I don't know what to do. We are technically in the time where anybody can end the game by playing Burning the House Down, but I don't know if we're there yet. Also, time check. I think it's been 2 hours. I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, time flies while you're having a very quiet and dramatic game. So, I have an idea for a game because I don't have any other ideas, and it is Staying Alive, the chase game. So, Lynn, would you like this chase to be in between the fight and you walking in on the 2, or would you like this to be after?
Oh, tough choice. Because if it's after, that means I've survived.
Yes.
Well,
wait. If it's
Mark is actually asking if we should take a break or not.
Yes, that's true. True. Do you want to get some water and stretch and that is a good shout.
Yeah. I think that would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. And if the game is going on too long too, we could always divide it up, do another episode or something.
We can
Hotel California can have many seasons.
Yeah, let's just take 5. Go drink some water and
Alright.
stretch my
Okay.
legs. We'll be back.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokies.
There's a chase sequence going on.
Yes, there is.
If Lynn survives this chase, or if Lynn's the one that's chosen, things are going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Am I the chase, or am I the hunter or the quarry in this situation?
And are you definitely going with Lynn?
Yeah, I want to see this pop off.
I feel like since Lynn was the one who escaped, Dish might be like
hunter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. If we're ready, should we start the chase?
Sure.
Yes.
So let's see.
Setup. Only you and your chosen partner play. Choose who is the hunter and who is the quarry. Ask your partner how the chase began. What is your history with each other? Does the chase start fast or begin slow, building to a crescendo as you progress through the hotel? During the chase, anyone may ask for additional details about the landscape. So, how the chase began. Do you want this straight after the fight or straight after you met with Lynn, met with Poko and Nessa briefly?
I think after Poko and Nessa, because Lynn's come to a decision with that, and that's going to play later on if Lynn survives.
Okay, so what is your... I lost the rules. I can't believe I lost the rules. Where did they go? No.
The quarry conducts.
Yes, the quarry.
What's your initiative?
Well, the initiative is the quarry because the quarry conducts the chase. First, say where you're going. What safe destination in the hotel is your end goal? Why do you think you'll be safe there? If you don't know, that's okay too.
Ooh. I think. I think perhaps the room where it all began for all of us, the parlour room. I'm hoping to meet someone back up there perhaps later on. If this all goes well, I'm hoping to meet one of the other two there for a game. Well, not a game, but you know what I mean, one of these mini games. So, yeah, I think the parlour room. I think after she's been to that room and seen those two, she's going to see that Dish was perhaps following. I'm not sure how you want to play that, and then she's going to just judder and disappear further down the hallway.
Yeah, I think she was just sort of trailing, and she sort of has an idea for you. And as soon as she sees you flee, she starts chasing. And you have to lead the hunter through a series of 4 challenges and admissions. Choose freely, though the third must be admission. During the chase, you and the hunter will gain coins representing the distance you've gained on each other. To end the chase, where'd it go? Why do I keep losing the rules? To end the
It's
chase,
page 16, if that helps.
Yeah, thank you. After 4 turns, unless you chose another option that ends your chase early, compare coins. If you have more coins than your hunter, you break away and escape. If the hunter has as many or as more coins as you, choose one. And then there's a list. Okay. Put me through this. Put me through this challenge. I will make a tally.
Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the first one. Let's see, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to go with... I know this part of the hotel well. Follow me if you want, but throw on tails. You're following me into unknown territory, and I won't have to choose any admissions during the chase at all.
Dead. Okay. I'll throw.
Tails is 2, right?
Yes.
Yes!
Wow. What does this look like? Is it just you sneaking through, like... Yeah, which part do you know well, Lynn?
I think there's certain hallways near the centre where everything just starts blurring together, where all the room numbers start going out of sync. And Lynn, the second they've jutted away from that first bit with the laundry room, they've gone from sort of not worried, but they weren't smiling, and now there's just teeth. And they just keep going.
Man.
How does Dish react?
Dish is angry because this wasn't part of their plan. They know this hotel pretty well too. There are, of course, places you don't go to, like the courtyard or the pool or the boiler room. But blurring numbers, it's just, she can't get her head around them. She can't decipher them. This is not what she knows. And so she just focuses on trying to catch up, but she can't use the layout of this place to her advantage. Next question.
I think I'm going to go with the cluttered room. I passed through a cluttered room with plenty of obstacles to throw in your way. Follow me if you want, but throw. On tails, you have to find another way around.
Oh, wow! This thing hates me! Wow!
Oh, I am delighted.
She tries to do her fun leg trick where they extend and push her up, but they keep on getting caught on table legs and sofa legs and books and stones and lamps, and she tumbles over it and she rolls, and the wheels sort of slide back into a chassis, and she snorts again and pursues, but you have made headway.
I think as that happened, Lynn just jumped on top of a bookshelf, just like judded and appeared there, and without opening her mouth, just laughed, and then judded and she was gone.
Fuming! I am mad! You have a coin, and I should mark that down. No admission on the third turn.
Should I go with? I think I'm gonna go with dark room. I passed through a dark room with plenty of opportunities to hide or obscure my path. And I think she's just like gonna go through one of the hallways and smash the lights, and that's how the room becomes dark.
Wow, okay. Throw. No. You smash the light and her just eye shutters open up. And the chase pursues. Last.
So I still have the advantage.
You still have the advantage
on coins. What happens if we both get equal on the coins?
If I have as many coins as you, then I get like an advantage, and you have to choose one of the situations. Like, You're too exhausted to keep going, and no, you're too exhausted to keep going, and I overtake you and stuff like that. But for now, you're good.
But seeing as we've only got one thing left, it could go either way.
Mm.
You know what? I'm going to go with the leap off a ledge.
Hey.
It's
Is this like on a staircase? Is this...
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I think she's going to like full on hurl herself over the banister on it. So let's see how you go.
Wow. Was it tails is where the bad thing happens to me?
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Oof.
So
we've now both got a coin.
Whoa.
Damn it.
Wow. Well, how the tables? You make the leap, and it seems like Dish makes the leap too, and she misses. Just misses, and she hits the ground with a thud. And a bookshelf sort of falls over and scatters onto the ground. And you run through the doorway, and the hotel rumbles. And Dish is next to you. And I guess the chase continues, but the camera sort of takes a more withdrawn position because the camera knows the chase is over. And
yeah,
Dish leads you into a dark room that is filled with stars. Lynn, you are in the night manager's office. I think that's where we cut, I guess.
If this is this where Lynn is Lynn gonna die?
I don't know.
Kill.
Is this your character? Do you there is a rule that talks about getting killed, but this is your character.
I mean, it's also not their character, so.
It's true. But I don't know, it's up to you. You have final say. I just want to keep it ambiguous as we sort of move on to the next game.
Yeah. I think the last thing that happens is as Lynn goes into this room, or the Lynn that isn't Lynn, and she sees what the room is, and she'd had a small smile of perhaps she could get out of this, and it drops completely. And for the first time, there's almost sadness. And she's thinking of Nessa, and she's thinking of Poko, and the last thing she thinks of before the ambiguity happens is, I hope they win. And that's where it ends. And I don't mind whether she dies or not, but I'll leave that in your capable hands. But she had changed. She wanted them to win. And whoever's next.
Good question. Who is next?
I think it's Liz.
No, I done the chase. I think. Yeah, I did. So
yeah.
It's your turn, Teru.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh my god, it's my turn.
You're gonna do great.
We're gonna do. I'm not sure whether or not to pick time after time or in the air tonight.
We're also going to be coming up on 3 hours soon, so.
Okay. we're gonna do time after time.
Okay.
Okay, so set the scene with your chosen partner, which is Nessa, because everyone else is doing a thing.
I mean, listen, we can have a scene where Dish just walks past like nothing happened. You know, she did her job.
Well, Dish could be here too then.
God, now I'm just thinking of that one meme of just like, what are you smiling about, Dish? And Dish is like, oh, I was just doing something. And then Lynn comes in like, she threw me down the stairs! Anyway, go on.
But yeah, what part of the hotel's history or your own history are you seeing now? What questions could this flashback answer for you? What might the hotel be trying to convey by showing you this? During the game, anyone may ask for details of the setting, occasion, and circumstance. Conducting the flashback. Whoever the flashback feels most targeted to goes first. It is for me, I think. I don't know. Go around the table and let each person involved in the flashback present a detail of the past prompt. Then choose an option to finish it. Discuss as a group what transpires, or play it out as a scene involving as many people as necessary. Then have the person to the left present their own prompt, and so on. I retain none of that information.
Low key, high key, same. Not even low key. End the flashback when everybody has taken a turn or you can reach a conclusive ending point. Ooh, this could be interesting actually. So yeah, what part of the hotel are we in the billiards room? Because that's where after Discord, that's where Lynn originally wanted to meet up. So the billiards and was it parlor room?
Yeah.
What about the history of your own history? Are you now seeing? What questions could this flashback on? And then there's a bunch of details of the time of the past. Do you have an idea for a flashback? Pico, Poko. I am gonna be so honest. I looked at the first one, and I got sad thinking about Poko.
Yeah, let's go with the first one then. Okay, so when I enter the parlor, the first thing I see is a little girl holding a little duck plushie with a key in the back.
Where's she at? Is she like on the seat?
She's sitting down, and she's just drinking her drink, and then out of curiosity she runs up to the pool table to see what all the adults are doing, and she forgot the little plushie. And then she hears her mom call for her, and she leaves. The plushie is still on the seat. For a moment, she hears the little girl cry, "Wait, what about Moko?" And the door closes, and the room shifts. And she can't find her her last best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She sits there for time and time and time. And Dish eventually finds her. In curiosity, Dish winds up the key, and Moko wakes up for the first time in so long.
Good morning, dear.
That's the flashback. There you go, have fun. I don't know what else to go from here.
Is this something that we just all see?
We're looking into the past because the Hotel California does not know what the hell time is.
Mm.
Criminal
Okay.
space.
I think Nessa's response to seeing this is going to be to just hold Poco's hand a little tighter, just to reassure her, I'm here. I'm not going to leave you.
You can see Poco's eyes are like kind of starting to water a little bit.
Mm.
I hope you don't forget me too.
Nessa's just gonna kneel down and give her a hug.
She hugs back.
And Dish stands there knowing she just murdered someone.
Dish is standing, and I just want to think about, there's the quiet sound of a cassette tape being wound just in the background in this room, and Dish is just listening to see if there's any hiccups in this process as the hotel does its thing. And I don't know, do you have a detail of the past, Nessa?
Looking through the list, which I should have done earlier, but I was listening intently. Nessa is gonna see someone from another reality. And it's someone who should be dead. It's like she's 1 second hugging Poko, and then the next she's in a dark space and she's looking at a bed. It's a pretty... Have you ever seen like one of those princess beds that has like the whole curtain hung up around it?
Yeah, I had
it's one of those.
As a kid.
It's one of those. And she's stepping up to it, and she's parting the curtain, and there's her. It's someone who is younger than her current state. She's laying in this bed, and she's breathing shallowly and just very, very sick. It's easy to tell that she's just not doing well, whoever she is. And as she's laid out in this bed, struggling, someone steps up past her, and it's her father. It's Herb. He's reaching down, and he's taking the hand of this little struggling hair child and just stroking it, and his ears are tipped back, and he's just looking the saddest that she's ever seen him. And what's weird about it is she looks at this younger hair just sick and dying in this bed, and to an outsider, this looks like Nessa, but the only thing Nessa sees is she doesn't recognize this person. She doesn't recognize it as herself. She sees just this dying child and she doesn't know how to react. But she does start getting a little more kind of clay-like again. Like her eyes are widening and she's stepping back and she's not sure. Like, this could be either she freaks out or she gets calmed down. And it's up to you guys.
Well, you definitely know Poko is gonna hold her very tightly.
I don't know. I think Dish sees the hug and she just stands there with a sympathetic look.
Yeah, Nessa, in response, is gonna kind of give a soft gasp and sort of look back and kind of recognize that she's not at this point anymore and hug Poko back because she's not sure what else to do right now. She just wants to go home.
Poko is going to let go to wind up the key again.
That is going to get a very small laugh out of her, though she has been calmed down again for the moment.
I think Dish sort of moves away and she's just thinking about what she has to do, what she has to amend after this, winding, loading process is happening. But she sees something. She sees a notice. She picks up something to take back to the present. It is something that belongs to the hotel itself, and it's something that does not or cannot exist in the present day of the hotel. I'm cheating and double dipping, but it's just a notice. It just, for that moment that this room is in, it's a notice saying parlor room out of service for fumigation. Sorry for the inconvenience. Have a sunny day. And it is signed by the day manager. It's a very lovely handwriting. It's got a bunch of flourishes, very swirly. And the signature is a very curly sun. And, Dish takes a look at it. And she tilts her head and closes her eyes for a moment. And remembers him. She just kind of, a whirring sound can be heard from her. And she just idly grabs it without thinking and pulls it from the wall. And then the room hitches and hitches and hitches and hitches and hitches, and oh god, Dish fucked up the process. And that bloody monkey isn't gone.
Monkey.
And she messed up this loading process, and the hotel is now in a sort of troubleshoot stage, so to speak. I feel like this is an opportunity to poke some holes, if so to speak, in the hotel.
Burn down the house?
If you so want to. Is there anything else you want to tie up? It is. Wait a second. Who done that? That was Teru's turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Vwild, you can choose your next thingy minigame.
Oh. So wait, I'm alive?
You're alive.
Barely, but you're alive.
I'm alive! Oh, praise be.
You're fucking monkey's alive, guys.
The monkey's alive!
We're all doomed.
Or are you?
Oh god, the monkey
Or
has
are
a
we?
gun.
Well, the monkey has got a crossbow, but I don't think that's going to come in handy here. And, oh, how should I do this? How's everyone feeling? Do we want to break out?
Wants to get the heck out of here.
Poke is indifferent.
Well, too bad, because you're coming with her.
What did you say? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Oh, shoot. Nessa wants Poko to come with her. She doesn't want Poko to be abandoned in this place anymore. Oh god, am I malfunctioning? Hold on.
I can.
No, I heard you that time.
You're good. You're good.
Technical difficulties. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I can
heard.
hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't hear any of you guys, so.
Here's a question that I pose to all of you. There's burning down the house. Lynn doesn't know whether they belong outside anymore, but they do want Poko and Nessa to get out. So, how could we make this work? If we're all burning down the place, perhaps. I think Lynn would cause as big a chaos as possible. So if we want to move on to burning down the house, or do we want to do another mini game?
I feel like it's about time to burn down the house, but what do you guys think?
I think it's time to burn down the house.
Burn it down.
the house.
Burn it down.
Seems like
Haha,
a
arson.
revolution on our hands.
All
I mean, I don't know if we have to literally burn down the house, but
Mm-mm. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of prompts.
Well, like Lynn is going to.
Oh, Lynn is going to destroy the place. So, one of the things is I don't think Lynn's fully trying to escape herself anymore, but she is going to try and help those two escape, because the roles I did earlier were whether she was going to let Poko live or chase them down and, maul them.
No.
And then and then
no.
I decided in the end it was that scene that she walked in on YouTube. Well, she didn't walk in, but it was like, no, those two deserve an out. Those two deserve a happy ending.
Well, good for that.
Oh, that.
Burn down the house. That's one person leaving at a time, right? Is that how it works?
What was that again? My connection dropped out for a second. Sorry.
I've got the rules pulled up if you want me to read it.
Yeah, because I'm just looking them over myself, and what I'm thinking is she's going to cause as much chaos as possible because there is things for that.
Yeah.
I would like you to read that out for me because I can't read.
There's in the challenges, I smash every breakable thing I can find, putting rocks through the windows and throwing liquor bottles on the floor. Can you put yourself back together? So I think if you guys on your turns make escapes, I think she's going to try really hard to give you guys as big an out as possible. So if we're going on to burn down the house, see. Go around the table. Each person gets one turn and may challenge the rest of the table, who will act as the voice of the hotel. On your turn, choose an act of violence you commit against the hotel and let the other players come to a consensus on how the hotel reacts to you. So it doesn't say that you can just do one, so I might do a mix grab if that's okay. Is that all right with you, Liz?
What do you mean by mix grab? Like a bunch of different acts against the hotel?
Just like two.
I will.
It's
I will
gonna-
allow this once, just because you specifically aren't really focusing on getting out yourself. Because it does say one for each person, and it's like that kind of big whammy situation. The final hurrah.
And what Lynn's going to do is they survived, and they've come to their consensus that they want those two to get out. They want them to be free. They want it to be over for them. And so Lynn's going to go back to that unfinished, broken area of the hotel, the one that you fought in, that she fought in with Dish, and she's just going to walk in there, and she's just going to lose it. She's going to break as much as possible. She is going to try and destroy this place to give those other two a distraction. Just all that rage that she's had at being stuck here, all that jealousy, all that annoyance at the staff, everything that she's felt, she's just gonna let go.
How does the hotel react, guys?
I feel like that room will scream.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like the room is gonna scream and the sound is gonna be like going all throughout the hotel. So Nessa might take this chance to pick up Mock and basic. No, fuck. Why do I keep saying Mock?
Mock, you're free.
Pick up Poko and run to whatever exit she can, while the hotel basically screams at Lynn. Or not Lynn.
I think the Lynn that is not Lynn is okay. I just read Mock and I've got to change on to the next thing. And I think the last thing you guys hear of if Lynn survives, if Lynn doesn't, if they're trapped here, the one thing that you guys hear is get out, be free. And she's just screaming get out over and over and over again as she tears as much as she can apart while she's still able to.
Man, and Monkey screaming is like horrifying too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I react.
That is Lynn. Should we go down and see? Well, I think it's kind of a free fall. Does anybody want to go next?
You could roll a dice and see who goes next.
That's true.
3 dice?
Yeah, 3 dice from top to bottom. Let's see who goes next. 3. That is you, Nessa.
Okay. Yeah, Nessa is. I'm gonna make an appeal to.
No. Huh.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Dish is frightened in this moment because it is against her duty to interrupt the happenings of the hotel. The hotel wants people to remain here. Well, she wants guests to remain here, and the hotel wants anomalies to, disappear. And now that anomaly has escaped, albeit maybe disappearing again due to their actions of destroying the infrastructure of a very sensitive room. Dish is frightened right now. What do you say to appeal to her?
Nessa really wants to go right now. Nessa, she wants to go see her family. And I can't say no to that. It's your duty to get rid of anomalies, right?
She nods.
So, wouldn't you want me gone?
She takes a deep breath. And she nods.
I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused.
She sort of pats your head with the back of her hand. She says, "It's fine. It is my duty to take care of troubles." And yeah, she will help you leave the hotel. And she's currently turning over. She should bounce too.
Nessa is also going to look at Dish in the meantime and hold up a sign that says, "I'll take good care of her." Because Nessa wants to, give Poko a home.
She smiles and her cheeks rise. God, I forgot what question this is. This is I make it appeal to other normally guests or stuff to help me tear down the hotel. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So the room is currently screaming and being filled with fog. What would you do to escape? Where's a weak point on the hotel? Also, in reply to this, the hotel is absolutely now just rising in volume in the scream towards Dish, and the lights are flickering decently.
Will you be okay, Dish?
She doesn't answer, but she looks around. I know where we can go. We can go to where's a place that has windows? One of the windows that
Oh, we could. You know how you said that the pool and outdoor area is barred off, right?
Oh my god, yes it is. We're gonna okay, I'm sealing that. She has a key to the pool. She has a key to the pool and
To the pool. She
courtyard
has a
area.
key to the pool.
So she is, yeah. Ooh. I think, yeah, it was just shots of the group running down the like hallways and through like common rooms as people are like being ushered into like their living quarters by other staff members in similar dressed outfits. And she runs up to one of the windows and, well, not windows, she runs up to the door and opens the door to the courtyard and pool, and everything goes silent. It's a nice courtyard. Some topiaries. The pool is a bit I don't know. It's got some floaties on it. And the sky is cracked a little. I don't know. Who's next?
So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, those stories about jumping into a puddle and ending somewhere else. I want to try diving into the pool. See if there's a way out through there.
What would the hotel do in response to that?
I mean, the hotel already kind of closed off everything, so I'm assuming they would try to stop them, but what do you all think? You guys are the hotel.
You run past a "do not step on the grass" sign, and the grass starts wrapping around your legs, trying to keep you in place.
See, that's enough of an indication to let Nessa know that she's doing the right thing, but you won't go. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like maybe if you when you jump in the pool, the hotel like immediately reacts by pushing all the water away from you.
Oh no.
And then the problem is you're at the bottom of a pool with water all around you that can fall on you.
Well, I was going to say the problem is you immediately smash face first into concrete, but that's not a valid problem.
Hey, she's rubber hose. She can handle it.
Yeah, hey, Acme effect. Boom.
I want you guys to get out so much.
Ooh, yeah, they have to swim to the drain.
Gosh, I don't think Dish has a swim mode. Or maybe she does.
She turns into a submarine.
Just a tiny submarine. She is part toon. It's nothing substantial because the hotel is a powerful entity, but they're swimming.
She became a little yellow submarine.
The little submarine that could. Okay.
Yeah, I think in this case, like, Nessa, the way I'm seeing this scene is, like, Nessa is holding on to Poko, and, like, she's getting caught up by this grass, and so her first instinct is going to be to throw Poko into the pool, and then kind of scuff up the grass to kind of jump after her.
That's sick. Dish is sort of like lawnmower time, starts cutting the grass to make a path. As Poco's already in the water, she makes a path so Nessa can start running, and they jump into the pool and they try to swim to the bottom. I think it's my turn. I kind of lost track of what's going on.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of ended up building a whole scene, taking away the story from you.
I'm gonna use listen, this is not my story, this is everybody's story.
Okay.
We are all creating this together and I'm having a delight, honestly.
This is definitely something, and this hotel, I mean, there's probably chaos from those staff and the other people. And then there's Lynn destroying everything, and then there's you guys outside in the place that was closed off, so that's like an extremity of this place. You guys might just do this.
Yeah, like I'm kind of imagining like hotel staff members are kind of trying to step out and they're not sure quite if they can or not because of like,
will I die?
Hotel, this place is for villain. I don't know. Will you?
Oh my god. Mark, you're vibing in your the guest rooms, and it seems to be
Scatter
fine.
the peas, but everybody's evacuated, so Mock is now in the pantry eating all the food they can get.
Scattering the peas, honestly, just create chaos. Scatter all the peas on the floor.
Make people step on them like marbles.
I want to say that's canon. Like, I'm not the person in control, but I want to say there are just
Mock is here. Mock signed the contract. Now Mock is a part of the Hotel California.
I'm gonna do this thing that I feel like it can be applicable to our pool situation. I'm tearing you apart from inside the walls and vents fast enough to head you off at any turn. Can you shake me? How? And this is just I was about to say row is not it. Our Dish is like pulling tiles from the thing, and they're able to she was able to swim ahead to the sort of drain area, and she's just ripping it open like wide enough so everybody can like theoretically swim through. And I don't know, you just see a foggy mist, but it's that kind of mist of the morning, and you know it's gonna be a nice day once the sun comes out. How does the hotel react to me fucking just ripping this pool a new one?
I feel like after a few seconds of floating, like the tiles floating, they just stop mid place.
Oh.
That's cool as hell.
See, I was gonna go for a really kind of dumb option, but also kind of creepy. The floaties. The floaties are gonna try to grab at Dish and basically pull her back.
The donut is at it again.
The donut is at it again.
I think Dish goes noodle form and just tries to like swim through all of the circular floaties.
The unicorn wants blood.
The flamingo wants blood. Thank God nobody brought a Lapras here. What's your idea?
This has been slightly about roles. How about we end it on roles to see if people are effective at getting out? So you three roll a d2 each, because I've got on my end, I know which ones pass and which ones fail on my end. Perhaps that might work?
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
I could dig it.
It all comes down to this.
Oh shit, Em at the last minute, hello.
Hi.
Hello. Listen, if Nessa doesn't escape Herb, I'm so sorry, man.
Okay, so we're rolling D2s?
Was it D2s? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, everybody got 2.
You guys get away.
Yeah!
Yeah, so Nessa was just kind of kicking with all her hair-like might and reaches out and her glove just brushes the edge of the drain, and then the next thing she knows, she's popping out of a puddle somewhere in Toontown.
Can I?
Gasping for air. Ooh, go on.
Wait, I have a question. Are we split up or are we together? I know we have to be together. I don't want to separate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say together. So
okay.
She's basically pulling herself out of a puddle, just kind of gasping for air. And a cool thing about her is, because she's all clay-like and stuff, her face kind of splits apart to do this before kind of reforming.
Man.
Kind of like when you pull apart like silly putty and like the little strings are kind of part in between before it forms back together.
That's metal.
That is metal.
Yeah. And she's pulling out Poko with her and reaching back to see if she can also grab at Dish.
Dish is out.
Poko.
I'm gonna roll for myself as well. I'll wait. You carry on as well. I'm just gonna. Okay. You guys go first.
Poko is going to do a little cough. She's just gonna, just like the little duck sneeze, and then like shake herself off. Her clothes.
Denied.
No!
I think I'll wait until you guys are done because I just want one final thing from Lynn. But you guys go first because I've. Go on.
Yeah. She shakes herself off, like from all the water, and like all of a sudden it just she's so fluffy now.
Yeah, Nessa is gonna pull off her hat, and a pair of very long, floppy ears kind of roll out from under her cap as she kind of squeezes out all the water from it and dusts herself off. And then looks around at the other two like, everyone okay?
What does Dish do?
Dish is very confused. She's never been in this dimension before. But she's also absolutely shaken. You can hear like fans just going crazy inside of her chassis. And she's just like looking around at this sort of bendy area, which is this bendy architecture, which is Toontown. She's like, where are we? Where are we?
Nessa is going to kind of look around, and her eyes are going to land on a kind of haberdashed sort of older home in the middle of this town, and there's like splotches of paint in random spots and weird little weather vanes and different like little invention things kind of poking out from bits and places. And she looks back at the other two and holds up a sign, and it just says home.
Yeah.
Very enthused reaction.
Well, like, Moko is in shock because she's like, this is the first time she's seen like an actual real sunset in so long.
Same with Dish.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be a very nice day. Of course, Herb might wonder where his daughter went out to bring back a duckling and a robot, but you know, teens will be teens.
just casual teen stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, especially funny because she's not supposed to sneak out, but you know, we'll tackle that when it comes.
And is that everything from you guys?
I think so.
I think so.
That's all for me.
Would it be willing for you guys to go back to Lynn just for a minute?
Yeah, of course. I want to know what happened.
Show us what happened to Lynn.
I think back in that room, there's just silence now. Everything that can be shattered, can be destroyed, is. And in the middle, there's Lynn. The Lynn that isn't Lynn. And she's hunched over a bit, clutching her chest, and she's gasping. And she's exhausted, she's spent. And there's this faint groan from the hotel, as though it feels successful, and she just looks out the window. And it's foggy, but I think in a way she knows something's changed. And she just, from gasping, she just... I still won.
Oh, that's so good.
And that's where Lynn ends. And perhaps one day you'll meet the real Lynn, because Toontown is where Detective Lynn's residence is, but the Lynn that wasn't, she's gone.
Oh.
Clap, clap,
That's
clap,
real
clap.
good. Clap, 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 clap.
I thank you.
You did so good.
To be honest, I had a lot of ideas of what would happen if, say, Nessa got out, but not Poko.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm glad we didn't go
had a lot of
books, because I can't deal with broken hearts.
Good thing. It's a good thing that didn't happen. But I had a few ideas.
I was so nervous for you guys. Like, I had it written down, and I was going, no matter what, I'm not going to fudge this. I'm not going to fudge this. I'm going to be honest. And all of a sudden, it was just like all three of you got the twos, and like, dudes!